17. Be self-constituted. Human body is the media of right or wrong. Human life is divided into some natural stages: childhood, early youth, middle age and old age. In each stage, physical and mental changes occur in human beings. This changing state of human body is called psychophysical body. Life acts upon the whole body as energy. Bones, skin, nerves, heart, lungs and all other limbs of the body consist of cells. Body of a living being is filled with flesh, pulse, stool, urine, nerves and blood, fat, marrow, bones, skin and 7 metals, etc. Human body and mind is a center of time, object, knowledge, satisfactory of wants, work, working instruments, intelligent, etc. Body is brought up by food, view, listening, respiration, movement, rest, expansion, contraction, happiness, unhappiness, etc. are all temporary. As such, we should not be much influenced by it. A man remains cheerful if he leaves up his physical and mental greeds. Owner of this body is none but is created by some biochemical reactions. For source of life: ovule, womb, produced by heat and moisture, self-beget. Human beings are a combination of complex gland. Man is subject to the status and conditions of the material world, because the biological activities of living beings are of mechanical. Body of a living being is like a cell of a species which continues its activities through generations in a parallel way with its flow of experience. A living being's life is in the blood of its alive body. Birth: the lap gives birth to Narade, the breast to Lakshmi, the fingers to Diksha, the thighs to ability, the legs to nursing, the spirit to Bashishta, the name to grace, the skin to Brig, the hands to intelligence or strength or Kshatriya, the navel to Pulaha, the ears to Pulasta, the mouth to Swarswati, Anjura or Brahman, the eyes to Atri, the mind to Marichi, the breast to true religion, the back to irreligion, the heart to lust, the lips to greed or pleasure, the genitals to ocean, the anus to Rakshasa, the shadow to clay or fathers, the sides to time, the bihara to apsara. Under the feet is hell, at the feet the earth, on the shank the mountain, on the knees bird, in the garment the evening, in the anus Prajapati, on the Bhudigasara, at the navel the sky, in the belly the sea, on the breast a star, in the heart religion, in the mind the moon, Kamala on the chest, Sama in the voice, God in the arms, quarters in the ears, heaven in the head, clouds in the hair, wind in the nose, the sun in the eyes, the fire on the face, the days in speech, Varuna on the tongue, providence on the eyebrows, day and night on the eyelids, anger on the forehead, desire in touch, water in semen, death in the shadow, illusion in smile, herbs in the hair of the body, river in the veins, stone on the nails, Brahma in the intellect, Rishi in the SNSE organs, everything animate and inanimate in the limbs. A life preserve the body with the help of heat, water, food and mind. The various sensitiveness of a body are obesity, thinness, disease, sorrow, hunger, fear, quarrel, infirmity, sleep, sex, anger, egoism, lunacy, mourning, illusion, death, etc. Every human being is quite different from each other except some biological characteristics. A man is the product of some biochemical reaction and he himself cannot decide earlier that who will be his father and mother and what will be his mother language, nationality, religion and caste and when and where he will be born. Body is that collection of innumerable independent and alive cells. Due to change of matter as a reset of biochemical reaction it produced living beings. Actions and reactions of matter are there behind creation and its activities. Behind energy there are many chemical process. Cell of a living being consists of cell wall, life entity, life center. Life center carries over the various characteristics of inheritance. A cell gets energy and reproduces species with the help of life center. Number of chromosomes are limited in the cells of different species. The cells of living beings are divided in geometrical rate and produces many cells. Mute cellular bodies consist of innumerable cells. Living beings are created from the drops of blood or semen. After 120 days of fertilization of father and mother's sexual intercourse, life is produced in the fetus. Human body consists of 23 times 2 equals 46 chromosomes, 650 muscles, 305 bones and 20,000 genes, which is run by innumerable neurons weighing only 3 pounds. The unity of characteristics inherited from ancestors is called gene. DNA born with its basic ideas. Later on, due to the influence of its surroundings or through arithmetical process, it creates electrochemical reactions in the life molecules. We hold this electrical system as our individual knowledge. Due to electrochemical reactions, DNA, RNA and RNA are regenerated, creates protein cells in brain, and the memories are preserved in neuron. The hormone secretion of cells plays a vital role in the operation and psychophysical activities of human beings. Thoughts, imaginations, emotions, wishes and intelligence is produced in the cerebrum of the brain, and the necessary routine activities, for example, operation of hearts, respirations and the other activities to maintain balance of all physical activities, are done in the cerebrum and hypothalamus of the brain. But, of course, behind thinking and sensation, the role of wishes of mankind is vital, and its expression is also very complicated. In such activities some indefinite states remain. If the secretion from pituitary gland is more than a man becomes long, and if less then becomes short. Due to variation of hormone, a great change occurs throughout the whole body. Due to excessive secretion from thyroid gland, too much sensation, sudden irritation and restlessness are created. Knowledge depends on memory. Happiness and sorrow are the integral parts of the sense organs, so to enjoy a body is necessary. The material by which a man enjoyed when he feels the same material, remember the happiness. A knowledge dependent on memory makes a fallacy of similarity. Between the bodies of a boy and an old man, there is some similarities, and seeing this similarity, somebody think that the bodies of a boy and an old man are the same and invariable. Due to change of the body, all that body can't be called as a same body. A body changes continuously. If the memory system would not be there in a brain, man could not remember his past. If the physical appearance of a body has disappeared, still that body remembers the materials which it felt earlier. Although the receiver sense organs are stimulated by some external stimulus, yet feelings do not arise if nerves or mind is absent. Although the old cells changes into new cells, the nerve cells are exceptional, because they do not divide themselves into parts and don't produce new cells. The past experiences are preserved in the nerve cells of brain. Later on, when that nerve cell is stimulated accordingly, the previous feelings are remembered. The number of nerve cells is approx 1.4 billion. In the process of evolution, unicellular organ has been converted into multicellular organisms, and nerve system is produced to be well adjusted with the environment. The highest development of this process has occurred in case of the organisms with backbones. Neuron is the unit of nervous system. Brain consists with 1 trillion neuron. There are parts of a brain: front, middle and rear control demand of oxygen, blood pressure, maintenance of balance between liquids and electrolytes, coordination among the various parts of a body, knowledge, intelligence, thought and mental emotions. The front brain receives and analyzes the emotions and feelings come from speaking, smell, sight, physical temperature, pressure, touch, pains, anger, torture, anxiousness, etc. It controls the high mental senses like thought, intelligence, wishes and power of discovery, etc. It also controls the social and personal behavior of mankind. It controls the various instincts, the activities of muscles, awaking a sleeping man, warning about environment, internal parts of a body and hormones. The middle brain coordinates the activities of various muscles and controls the balance of the body and physical temperature, etc. The rear brain controls movement, muscles, balance of the body, posture of the body, navigation of the body during movements, respirations, transfer of feelings and communications. Sense nerves send the physical stimulations from the body to the brain. Effortness send physical stimulations from brain to the body. Mixed nerves serve both the purposes of the body. Sense nerves collect outward news on behalf of sense organs. And the dynamic nerves perform work on behalf of muscles according to the informations received. The nervous system is optional and automatic according to their performances. When a nervous cell is stimulated with a stimulus, an electric current is produced there. At this stage, the stimulated part of the brain becomes a positive electric point. When beating is 8-13 per second, alpha is found. When it 18-25, beta is found, and when it is 4-5, delta is found. Front part of the brain is related with excitement or wheels and woes, the rear part is related with sight, the lower part is related with hearing, and the middle part is related with speaking. Mutual communications and cooperations between nerve cells are going on extensively in a disciplined way, regularly and with a rhythm. Due to electrochemical binding, continuous and speedy changes are going on. The wavelengths of the feelings are generally between 800 and 400. Porting produces electricity. Its power rises up during less vibration. If 14-21 or more vibrations are there per second, then the vibration is called beta wave. When it is 7-14 is called alpha wave, 4-7 vibrations is called theta wave, and 4 vibrations per second or below is called delta wave. The state total awakened is called beta level, half awakened and half asleep state is called alpha level, the sleeping state is called theta level, and the state of deep sleep is called delta level. Mind is the finest part of the body. Favorable and opposing situations are a biological rhythm. The first rhythms are strength, labor, power, perseverance, defense, confidence and courage. The second rhythms are emotion, feelings, nerves, intuition, temperament, delight and creativity. The third rhythms are intelligence, carefulness, power of memory, power of analyzing reasons, reactions, hopes and aspirations. The continuous waves of the prosody cycle of life continue from the moment a man is born. The power and strength of a brain is so wide that it can only be compared with the limitlessness universe. To gain a sense of equality, the state of restlessness of mind must be changed. Hunger, sleep, sex, fear, envy and self-centering are the natural instincts of any living being. But human beings are wise, and this is his specialty. Lying, sitting, traveling, taking bath, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling and eating are the habits of a body. Taste, thirst, skin, belly, air, nose, eye, energy etc. attract a body. The natural mood of a man is called his conduct. The reactions of a man against weals and woes is called his character. The combination of conduct and character is behavior. Standing, sitting, moving and lying are the 4 main postures of a man. Wearing clothes, taking food, sleeping, medical treatment etc. are only for maintaining the body. With the stoppage of desire, work and eating appearance become choke. Wisdom, courage and food are the 3 main constituents of a man. Thoughts, ideas, and mind are under body. Body is the father of conscience and stoicism. Knowledge is produced from one's own individuality and strength, power of sense organs and energy generate from life. Man is under his conduct, he follows his conduct. There are various stages of an organism: birth, existence, growing up, change, aging and death. Egoism and pride are produced in a body. The Creator shapes a creature according to his nature. Without describing the characteristics, an organism cannot be defined. The nature of an organism is unchangeable. The habits of human beings come from his conduct. A man's conduct cannot be changed easily. Only its way can be changed. He who does not compromise with his conscience, will never be free from repentance. A man is not a man as he has 2 hands, 2 ears, 2 eyes and a head. A man is a man as he has a mind, heart, conscience, judiciousness, wisdom, intelligence and a power of thinking. A man cannot blindly follow another man for long. You may amend the conduct of a man, but it will take time. It is a wrong notion that a man can be made mechanical by killing his conduct. Human behavior becomes mechanical, which is imitated. The eyes of a cold-hearted man are restless. Give up the vain effort to be like somebody and try to be like yourself. Whatever may occur, express the positive ideas simply and frankly. You are an extraordinary personality throughout the eternity. A full-fledged and impartial conscience wins the instinct. Regard the demands of your body and conscience equally. You are the only one in the world, Try to be like yourself with your own power. In this way, your genius will be flourished, time will be saved. There is no delight in imitating. Happiness or sorrow are the two states of mind. The psychophysical body inherits some tendencies. Conduct is influenced by habits. Everybody is having a special tendency according to his nature, and he selects a way to reach an ideology according to that tendency. Due to natural characteristic of an individual, he bears a particular conduct. If there is an alive body, then life, efforts, consciousness, memory, etc. can be felt. A body has two characteristics, inborn and casual. To live and to die are the natural instincts of a body. Like sexual excitement or aggressive behavior awakens the instincts of living or dying. The instincts of life of a man are effective to meet the demands of hunger, thirst, sexual reproduction, love, ambitions, etc. In the subconscious mind of a man, the wish to die is also always active. The urge of a man's life is the deep love coming out from his heart to the ongoing life. The urge to die is to think about the sad past, to attack, and the unconscious will of destruction and death. The desires of a life teach to build, which is the basic requisite for self-defense and heredity and the instinct to love. Due to this instinct, sexual urge is stimulated. Searching food, building house, wearing clothes, age, maintenance of family, production of children, etc. are all the results of this desire. Attack, rape, suicide, torturing and teasing others, self-torture, etc. all are the symptoms of the desire to die. Libido or desire is the inspiration for sexual and mental power and urges for various requisites of life. Man is moral by birth, and work and struggle are the essential preconditions of a life. To control the tendency of emotions and thought and work by knowledge is the aim of a life. The religions of works is the religion in its real sense. Human nature is controlled by some instinct. To work according to these instinct and purpose is the real independence or independent will. Mind is the king and body is the subject, so maintain the mind as a guardian and as a cowboy. For a kingdom, a king and minister are necessary. Likely for Allah, the human body and its intelligence and conscience are necessary. Only the soul as can keep hunger, thirst, sex, anger, greed, envy, egoism under its control like its subjects. Good administration and reforms are not possible if a ruler is not fully aware of the habits, behaviors and welfare of his subjects. Regarding human body, the same principle is also applicable. A child is nourished by milk and a man is nourished by his nature. Many men, many minds. Conduct role in natural way. Something occurs according to nature of something. A natural scene is beautiful, but human nature is more beautiful than that. Our natures are created far before the introduction of language. Our nature will remain long after the introduction of language. To protest against one's nature is to cool down a hot iron by petting it with hands. Courage can be shown by it, but there is no comfort in it. All human beings are almost sane by nature. Human nature is identical everywhere. Due to practical activities, a great distance is created among them. Human nature is peculiar. Somebody's imagination is whimsical and indisciplined, mind is cruel and sense of justice is perverted. A mean fellow or an uncivilized man actually accepts nothing but what is barbarian. Somebody is delighted by some old and backdated things. Again, somebody is so gloomy and irritable that he cannot tolerate any memory of pleasure or games. Somebody is so deprived of taste that he cannot tolerate any joke. Somebody is so coward and fool that at a sharp remark, becomes more afraid than a mad dog fears water. Somebody is so restless and confused that changes his decision within every hours. Dynamic and active life of a man is understood by his movements, activities, thinking and characteristic attitude. This specialty is his personality. Everybody is to start the struggle of life with the heredity. The struggle of life with the natural and social environments. His inherited characteristics may be harmed, may be enriched, may be changed a little or may remain as it was. But there is no way to get rid of the influence of this heredity. Men should find out the way to adjust with good and evil. At a certain point, the emotion mixed feelings of a person is the mixture of his or her conduct, experience, disposition, and the continuing situation. With the existence of men, logic, hate, love, power, attraction, distractions are closely involved. Emotion is subjective traits and education. Impersonal and personal are the two parts of unconscious mind. The life force inherited by birth that helps to growth of generation and for self-protection is called impersonal entity. The another entity that is developed at the association of parents, teachers and environment is called self-entity. From the controversy between these two entities, various disorder and unhappy emotion raise. Dynamic willpower expresses itself in free environment through creation and love. This willpower encased by situational discipline destructivity, hate, turn the body and mind sick. Such persons are dangerous for the conservative society. If expression of emotion is obstructed seriously, repressed and controlled strictly, the person might go disordered. Unconsciously that creates problems for others. Other hand, natural expression leads to sincerity and universal loves get increased and aggressiveness gets reduced. Individual person determines the goal of his life and its significance, enjoy his freedom as per self-realization. He keeps peace with for his own necessity and he regards the principles of the social life. He who is free is happy, he who is happy makes love and does not hate, so he can do something for other. He can lead a positive life. Those who are emotionally free, they avail natural development of intelligence. Due to individual personality, he will be happy to all his success and will not be jealous at others' success. Brutality and friendlessness can lead men to any direction. If general education, cordial environment, proper opportunity and advantage and arrangements for proper skill were directed to special heads, very few people would turn ruthless and heartless. To earn something better than brutality in the society, some special neutrality is needed. Everybody is more or less a hard nut and has some hobbies. If his hobbies go out of his reach, he becomes a hard nut. Human nature is more powerful than education. A man's nature cannot be changed by telling him to do so again and again. Human nature can never be fully won, because it is not fully understood. A man's nature is the basic characteristics of a man which he cannot change without being artificial. In the judgment of a mind, nature is worthy. A man's feelings and way of thinking is fully of his own, it is similar to nobody and that feelings is the man. A man's feelings are grown as he accepts his surroundings. Heaven and hell are felt by one's own inner feelings. What will be the feelings of a man depend on how he accepts his surroundings. Action quickly follows the controlled feelings. In fact, action and feelings go together. Feelings has no material status. Feeling is a neutral expression of oneself. Consciousness is the expression of its lower degree. When we respond to a stimulator, reactions like laughter, weep, anger, etc. are created in our body and mind. These reactions are called feelings. A man having a straight and simple mental attitude does not kill his time analyzing the honesty and dishonesty of others, but he himself always remains honest and takes correct decisions and acts accordingly. Emotion or feelings may be pleasant or unpleasant. When a man becomes emotional, many changes occur in his body. Due to these emotions, a special characteristic is created in the character of a man. With the increase of age, man's control on his nerves also increase. As such, at that stage, he can control his emotion. It is better to learn how to control the stimulus of emotions rather controlling expression of emotion. Emotions is created with mixture of love and anger. If emotion would mean the coordination of energy and speed remaining truthful to own self, and if one's own emotion and intelligence could be utilized for oneself, then it would be excellent. Be a spectator only of your emotion, don't react or don't show reaction. Let your emotions remain within yourself. You are to learn how to think with the help of your intelligence and considerations rather than driving your thoughts by emotion. But the source of most the thoughts is fear. Try to use emotions while thinking, don't think emotionally. Fear and greed are traps. Finding out the reasons of fear and to face greed, weakness and distress, is the way to get rid of it. with the help of intelligence selecting the correct way of thinking, that with the help of brain you are to find out this way. Fear, anxiety, anger feels due to insecurity and uncertainty of losing or not getting something. Due to inability of losing affection, love and right envy is created. There is a relation between a man's temperament and his physical structure. Those who are having a chubby and short physique change their temperament very quickly. Sometimes they are very gloomy and sometimes very enthusiastic. Those who are tall and slim are calm and inwardly. Most of the people are the combination of these two types of personalities. All feelings are the qualities of one's self-consciousness and experience. Man does not have a permanent type of nature. A man's feelings, understanding and power of memory are the parts of the material world. It is not possible to explain one's inner feelings with the help of outer feelings. If somebody does not have the power of those feelings, he cannot be taught anything with the help of all the knowledge of the world. There are some feelings which cannot be erased by time. In the human life, new feelings come one after another in his different ages as seasons come one after another in the nature. A man's feelings changes with the change of his age. Man feels the urges of his feelings inwardly in his weals as well as woes. Developed organism are acute than lower organism. The feelings of the people of upper classes are sharper than that of the lower classes. Cruelty and destructive tendencies are also one of the characteristics of human being, like kindness, affection and pity. From childhood a man nourishes those tendencies within himself. Our circles grow not from our conscious feelings but from stimulated emotions. The biological actions and reactions of the human instincts like love or torture, greed or jealousy, anger or patience, forgiveness or revenge, obedience or ungratefulness etc. do not vary from place to place. It varies from person to person upon degree only. Different seasons affect variable on the feelings and consciousness of mankind. Amount of sugar and oxygen, liquids, vitamin and other chemicals in the blood control our behaviors. Emotion and conduct are self-controlled. Laughter, weep, delight, pains, anger, conceit, fear and wonders are the instances of emotion. The senses like excitement, suffering, delight, anger, fear, enthusiasm, love etc. are flourished with the growth of age. Various physical changes occur in the body of a man when becomes emotional. Urges, happiness and pains are the basic emotions. With the combination of memory and desires, basic emotions generate all other emotions. A man cannot work without emotion and in society not can run without work. Men and women conduct themselves more by emotions than reasons and considerations. Without emotion, a heart cannot be fulfilled with love. Without emotion, no creative activity is possible. After food, the other physical requirements are prime for a man, priority of mind is after that. If the mental urges are not met up, the mind becomes dead. Then a man becomes mechanical. The man who has not emotions is probably a robot. He becomes inhuman without human qualities. Emotion is a common humanity. Emotion is a common humanity. Emotion is a physical phenomenon. Without it, religion, history, love, arts etc. all could go in vain. The same obstacle may produce different types of emotions in different times and environments. When a man does something, whether right or wrong, his physical tension cool down to a great extent. Otherwise, the emotions suppressed within give pain to a man continuously. Be tactful to express your emotions. Emotion is a kind of conduct. A meaningful act is the way to reach some purpose or goal, and in emotion starts a kind of mental change. Imagination keeps emotion alive. Response of a living beings is loud when they are fresh and the response is weak when they are tired. If the outward excitements are stopped, feeling are stopped as well. A strong man responds with a little hit and a weak does not respond even after many hits. The speed of excitement flow increases or decreases according to the gravity of the hit. Natural instincts changes due to change of natural environments varied from place and time. All the feelings of life are created when a material hits a sense organ. The perfect truth of life is that don't encourage such emotion which is not decent. If an emotion is not supported by thought and not presented by intelligence, then that emotion can make a mystery only but cannot create a prospect for life. An emotion can never be shown or a strong urge cannot be proved. Human hearts change due to good or bad emotions. Emotion is unlimited. The more it is expressed, the more it will express itself. No emotion is nothing more than your life. Never encourage any of your indecent emotion. One is to keep himself free from a harmful emotion.